So maybe these sort of discussions could be held during the July 26th or some sort of things like that. But if I were to look at the future, you know, you might be leaving office sometimes, but what's the plans? Where do you see the Liberian community being in maybe, let's say, 5-10 years from now?
Yeah, you see, election is coming up this July. That's one of the, you know, feature of our AGM. The leadership is 2 years. Every 2 years you got an election, and in a 20 years history we just have had, you know, 5 leaders pretty much. And it means that from the beginning people were not really following the tenet of democracy, that is holding regular election and having a smooth transition.
Yeah.
And I really want to make sure that we get this, you know, ingrained into our culture, our way of doing things. One of the best things that we have learned from Australia is we have come here and witnessed series of elections, local government, state government, federal government election, and all of the transitions have been very smooth. Why can't we adopt that in our community? So when I stood up to asked my fellow Liberians to elect me to the position of president, I told them that I was going to serve for one term.
Okay.
And I want to respect that. We have appointed an election commission to organize an election for this July 26th during our convention. And the election commission have come back to me, oh, Mr. President, we have put up the election guidelines, we have put up the, you know, election timetable, and we have asked people, you know, to fill in a nomination form and get back to us and look at nobody is taking advantage of it. And I said, well, you got to work. You must find the people. And I'm going to be, you know, uploading information on my Facebook page that it is about time Liberians put up their hands. I'm not abandoning the community. I'm not going to step aside and forget about the community as past leadership have done. I actually going to stand right by the next leadership and make sure that if there is any unfinished business, they can continue it, but also develop their own agenda for the future of this community. But like I said, this community is heading in the right direction. We've got a youth that is well informed and responsible and empowered to, you know, actually bring in programs for the young people in our community. We now got leaderships across the nation that are hosting regular elections and, you know, empowering themselves in terms of how to run community organization. So on the national level, I just hope that new leadership can see it reasonable to appoint me in an advisory role, and make sure that we build on those networks that we have developed over the years, and will continue to improve our communities in Australia.
Okay, let us talk about July 26th is coming up. So what's the celebration going to be like this year? What are some of the activities, maybe new things to add to the celebration?
Interesting. Look, when we took over the leadership, July 26th was held in Melbourne. And Melbourne blew us away. They staged a celebration that was really different from all other celebrations that we have seen. And everybody, oh wow, Melbourne have done it, Melbourne have done it, you know. We asked who will host because it's rotational, and Adelaide put up their hand and they won the bid. And we came to Adelaide. Melbourne raised about $13,000, and one of those things for rotating the community is actually to bring back synergy, bring back unity, you know, get Liberians to engage, raise funds, and leave it with the local community to be able to carry on operation for that year. And when we got to Adelaide said, look, you have seen nothing. Melbourne didn't do anything. So it is now a competition. And Adelaide put up one of the best ever celebration. In fact, Adelaide swept Melbourne off. We have forgotten what Melbourne did. Now everybody's talking about Adelaide celebration. And Adelaide brought in some new dimension into the celebration. For the very first time we had workshops, educational section with the, you know, police and the young people of Liberia, talking about crimes and drugs and, you know, drug abuse and alcohol abuse and all of these things, and brought together these young people who were having fear of engaging with the police. Now Melbourne, I say, oh, okay, I didn't have much time to plan and what have you, but this year the celebration is going to Darwin. And Darwin have got something very special for every one of us.
What is it?
Darwin look, I've been working with the leadership in Darwin, discussing it, and I can't wait. I'm actually going a week ahead of this convention. That is to tell you how I'm into this Darwin. You know, if you have not booked your ticket yet for Darwin, you're going to be missing one of the best celebrations ever in the history of the Liberian community in Australia. This is going to be epic. Darwin have got it all together. In fact, Darwin going to be bringing the indigenous community to join our celebration this year. Darwin is going to be bringing their entire, you know, Northern Territory government representation in this celebration this year. Darwin have got transportation available for all, you know, delegates, all members of the Liberian community who's going to be going. You have got buses available for you at the airport and have already located, you know, venues where you're going to be staying. The only thing you're going to do is when you have money you want to spend on your own, you're going to spend it. But that way I've got food ready for you. Everything. The 3-day celebration is going to be epic. There will be a youth convention. There will be election of the national leadership. There will be an award night, Folika Award Night. And we're going to be rewarding all those hardworking community members across the country who have contributed, you know, like what you guys are doing in the studio here tonight. You are actually uplifting your community. Without this platform, we couldn't get our message across. And I really want to say a very big thank you to Isaac Port for the great work, and Steve yourself, and all of those staff that work with you here on a voluntary basis. This is what we call community spirit, and Darwin is ready to host every one of us. So I'm encouraging Liberians from across the length and breadth of this nation to gather in Darwin. This is a legacy. This is a tradition of Folika, and we got to uphold it. I've been hearing, oh no, Darwin is too far, we are not going there. I mean, you're going to be doing it at your own disadvantage. You don't want to be told. We've got some very big names coming to grace this occasion, but we don't want to release those names yet until we are sure of the visa. So as soon as we get, you know, clearance of the visa, we're going to be coming back here to tell you. So do not wait. In fact, Tiger Airways is selling cheap tickets. Get online now and book your ticket for Darwin. I can tell you, Mr. Gabriel Yengbe and his team, Pastor Stephen, they are all ready, and the entire community there, they have made their homes available to host you. Go to Darwin and experience culture, experience and celebrate Liberia, you know, 168th independence anniversary, but also usher in a new leadership of Folika. And I really want to encourage you Liberians. It is about time. There is nothing rewarding than putting your hand out to serve your community. This is an opportunity. You have got it in you. I know a lot of you there. You are all leaders in your own right. You are all leaders in your own right. This is a platform that gave you the legitimacy of being able to move your community from one, you know, level to another level. And please don't think you're going to be a banner. Don't think you're going to be left alone. I, Mr. Bobby Whitfield, going to be standing right by you. And just tell me to shut up if you don't need me, you know, to continue to advise you. But I can tell you, we are not going to allow this community to, you know, retrogress. We're going to keep up the, you know, progress that we are making. We're going to keep up building relationship, and we're going to continue to work with others who see things differently, but make sure it is in the interest of this community.
Okay. So I think people should get prepared to go to Darwin, because it's going to be great. The government is going to be involved. Indigenous people are going to be involved. A Liberian celebrity may be going to come. So I think it's going to be a big event. So can I get the last word for a message for the Liberian community?
Thank you. I would like to say a very big thank you to Liberians across Australia, Liberians at home and in the diaspora. Our community here is a very young community, but one that is very full of vision, full of energy, full of passion to see improvement, development, not only for our community, but also for our brethren back home. It's been a great honor. I'm very humbled to have served my community with the team that I worked with for 2 years. And like I said, from the beginning of this journey, it was going to be a 110 leadership, and we are ready to respect that commitment. And I'm looking forward to a new leadership that we can work with to see our community move forward. This is a call to all of you Liberians across the nation. I'm very, honored and humbled to have served you. And I really am very passionate to see the springing up of all the different subgroups and ethnic groups and what have you. So let us all rally around and make our community a success story in Australia. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
It's been
Mr.
a pleasure
Whitfield.
coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.